Hello again, and before I let go of this awesome campaign, I wanted to show you some of the text commands that you can use. For example, the AC shows all achievements for the current mission. Of course they vary, that they're different for each mission. For example here, you can get 3 achievements, as you can see, one of which, for example, is to kill all the constructs within the temple and don't lose a single unit to them. Or all around the others. The next one on the list is ACG, which shows achievements that can be achieved in every mission. Well, as long as you have the hero that can do so. For example, do 350 or more damage from Disperse Life, which is this skill. Or do a magic crit and do 550 or more damage from Disperse Life, again this skill, and so on. The next command is EP, which just shows the achievements that you completed, or those that are left to complete, and other stats. Next one on the list, let me be up here. No, never mind. Next one is NB, which just switches the achievement board back to the coin board, which appears by default. You can of course hide it if you don't want to, if you don't want it to see. And finally, those that I have been using the most, the swap on. You can then swap to Fallen or to Demon. See? And that's all the magic that I've done so far. Essentially, I went through the forum about this campaign on the Hive Workshop, and apparently there was one more hidden race that is, as the Arnex said, not even completed and might cause game crashes, but it didn't crash for me so far, and I just wanted to slaughter some demons, some Fallen, some Shaim, and, well, Murlocs. And this race is just perfect. It doesn't stop at anything. So here are the basic units of this race. Well, basic, all units of this race. Now, let's start with the basic worker, the Brainless. It has fairly weak stats, but high armor, and the undead, or the zombies, have 5 buildings. First is the Corpse Hive. Notice that it doesn't say build or summon, it says expose or gather cemetery, and so on. Even the building menu is edited. So the first building is Corpse Hive, which is essentially the main structure. It allows you to train the basic workers and do some upgrades for the units, as well as it gives health regeneration to nearby undead units. Next up, well, wait, let me explain more of the buildings. Next up is the cemetery. The cemetery is basically barracks. It allows you to train zombies, bloated, skeleton knights, and zombie seekers. What's next? the Chamber of the Starving. I think it's this one. Yes. The Chamber of the Starving has only one purpose, and that is to create zombie corpse grinders. Reanimate zombie corpse grinders, which are these units. I'll explain the units later. Next up, we have the Flesh Generator. Which one is it? This one. Flesh Generator allows you to reanimate zombie apparitions. This unit. It has weak damage, moderate health, but I'll get to that later. And the last on the list is Shrine of Bones. Shrine of Bones allows you to train Reapers and Skeleton Captains. Now, to the unit. Of course, as you noticed, the undead don't have any defensive structures, but why would one such? And the only way to get food as undead is to build corpse hives, which take high amount of time to build, but I guess it's only balanced, since most of the undead units have the ability to turn any enemy unit, or even own, unless it's a skeleton, into a zombie or a skeleton knight. Now to the units. So this is the basic worker. You can gather minerals and gold. Next up, we have the zombie. Oh shit, no! Don't you dare to eat. Well, never mind. I'll have to solve some of these problems and show you that the infection works. Well, no, well, it won't work just because it was too high level unit. Get out of here. Oh, thank you. So we have the Brainless, which is the basic worker. Now we have the zombie, which without any upgrades has -2 armor and weak damage and less than moderate health. However, the plague is a complete balance for it, because any unit that dies under effect of the plague, which essentially lasts for 1 or 2 seconds after the zombie attacks, turns into a time-life zombie. Any unit. So you have 2 zombies, let's say this is a normal zombie and has 15 health, you can kill it with another zombie, dooming it to die in about 60 seconds, but respawning it with full health. And of course the ability to infect anyone else. So that's the zombie. Next up we have the uploaded. I'll try to explain how this unit works. So it gathers corpses, and when it dies it explodes and deals damage equal to the number of corpses inside. It is also immune to spells, and as well as many other units, it changes anything it kills into a zombie. I'll try to show you the stats, but I don't think it would work. It has fairly high damage and only light armor, making it an extremely easy target to kill, and has 200 health. But it works well with the zombie operation. I'll get to that later. Next up, we have the Zombie Seeker. It's the only undead ranged unit, if I don't take the hero in account, that also changes anything it kills into a zombie, unless it's a skeleton, as said. It has small damage and medium armor, but if you mess them up, they become particularly dangerous, as they have 500 range. Next up, we have the Zombie Corpse Grinder. This unit is one of the most strongest for the undead that I've seen so far. There probably are even more, but I just wanted to show in the first mission, just because it was perfect for killing. This unit has very high damage, 38 to 62. See that? Very high. And extreme armor of 8. I know that's with upgrades, but just why not? Now, to its abilities. Each attack restores 60% of the damage dealt. So that's, I think 20 to around 35 health per hit. Now, if this unit kills any unit, it will gain 50 health, and it can consume a corpse to heal 50 hit points. So, let me show you that. Attack. Of course, all the units, if they are ranged, they have custom attack animation, as you just saw. And many of these have a custom model. Very cool. And let's eat a corpse. There he goes, 50 health. and it has no cooldown. So if you send this unit or a couple of these with a bloated, and you send these to the forward line, and you put this one right back behind them and just keep putting down corpses, then if they get low on health, you just keep pressing single meal. Next up is the Reaper. Notice the unit model. Extremely cool in my opinion. No, wait. This. Yes. So the first up is Plague Strike, which changes anything the Reaper kills not into a zombie but into a skeleton knight. How awesome is that? I'll show the skeleton knight later. And it has ability of Macabre Touch, with a high enough mana pool to do the summon twice. Raises 2 zombies from a corpse. Of course, the zombies have the plague. This unit has high damage and very high armor, and more than moderate health, making it very tough to take down and very easy to kill several units before dying itself. Next up, we have the Skeleton Knight. It has low damage but extremely high armor, which combined with Cursed Shield that reduces all damage by 10, all damage received by 10, making it a very useful and efficient tank. And let me remind you that the Reaper creates skeleton knights from anything it kills. So basically an army of tanks that can survive a lot and still deal some damage. As you just saw, the zombies expired, meaning they can be summoned again. Now, the Skeleton Captain. Again, a very cool and unique unit model. He has moderate damage, very high armor, and an ability, and considerably high health, and an ability to that basically like the Hive. See, allows any undead units around itself to regenerate health quicker, including himself. And the last is the Zombie Operation. It can, for 33 mana, meaning it can cast the spell like 5 or 6 times, it can empower a unit so it has plus 10 armor and much higher health regeneration, and it lasts 90 seconds, and it has short cooldown. Why I won't use it? Oh well, I can, if you won't mind that I'll use a cheat though. That's how it looks. The unit has plus 10 armor as well. Now if I attack it with the Zombie Operation, see the regeneration? It's not anything super useful, but the plus 10 armor can make a huge difference if you use it on a single zombie, which then becomes essentially a tank, or if you use it on the Skeleton Knight, which becomes a super tank. Now, and the second skill, or the first skill, is Corpse Hiding. Basically summons a spawn point which generates zombies as long as there are corpses nearby, and as long as it has mana. Which is where the Bloated comes in play. You can prepare an army, send it in, and then just watch the enemies die and you have no losses. This is it. And just because I used the There Is No Spoon, it has unlimited mana. Otherwise it consumes 16 mana per zombie. Yeah, well, they're all tiny, but that's for the balance. Let's see if I can... Fifteen mana per zombie. And that's basically all of the units that I've discovered so far. Of course you can do many upgrades for them, for example, more damage, more armor, or increase the health of the Bloated, or allow the Hive Link, which is not a basically allowed spell. You have to research it. And more upgrades. Well, I hope that if you didn't find any of the three races I've shown before, the elves, the fallen, and the demons, interesting, then at least you will find this one amusing, or at least very cool. Even though it's not finished, as Arnexis said. And it might cause some crashes, which it didn't do so for me so far. Well, my name's John, and I'm signing out. See you later.